welcome you all for the DC Machines and Transformers Laboratory. Through this short video lecture series, I will give the instruction for load test on DC series generator. So as usual, in this test we are going to study the operating characteristics of the DC series generator. For that, once you enter into the laboratory, you need to go for the table number 10 to perform this particular experiment on the DC series generator. Once you reach the table number 10, you note down the nameplate details of the prime mover side motor and the generator which you are going to test. So with these details, you can do the design calculations. That means in this circuit diagram, you can calculate what is the fuse rating and what is the voltage, output voltage voltmeter required, what is the line current ammeter required. Everything you can design in this given space, selection of the apparatus space, and shortly you do the short note work on this selection process, and finally the entry should be made in this table, apparatus required table, as well as in the nearby the fuses you need to write. For example, you can make it as 10 ampere or like this. So, and similarly the voltmeter you need to, since it is a DC meter, it is 0 to 300 volts MI. Likewise you need to write here, sorry, MC, since it is a DC measurements, it is MC meter, right? So likewise you need to write in the space in this wise, right? For since I am using the pen, digital pen, I am writing here, but you need to write it in this way. So right, so without overlapping. Now after completing this, you need to get the sign from the faculty, and after once the sign was received, you can get the apparatus from the technician by giving the indent slip, and after that you can do the connections. While doing the connections, so you can take a wire from the R phase. Your connection starts somewhere here. Before that, everything's are internally connected. The R phase terminal should be connected with the A terminal of the star delta starter. In this terminal starters, you have 9 terminals, and R phase is connected to the A phase, and Y phase is connected to the B terminal, and B phase is connected to the C terminal, right? And the same way, in the induction motor, you have 6 terminals. That means for each and every coil, you have 2 terminals. R phase, you have 2 terminals, A1 and A2. And for a B phase, you have a B1, B2. So now this A1 should be connected to the starter A1 terminal, and this A2 should be connected to the starter A2 terminal. Likewise, you need to connect all the 6 terminals. B1 should be connected to the B1, B2 should be connected to the B2, and C1 is connected to the C1, and this C2 is connected to the C2. Now the primary side connections was over, and now you can move to the generator side. It is very usual. So starts from the generator armature terminal, a wire should be connected to the A to Y terminal, and YY terminal should be connected to the DPST input side, and one more wire should be from the same wire can be connected to the positive of the voltmeter, and the negative of the voltmeter can be connected to the DPST input. From the same terminal you can take one more wire and you can connect to the AA terminals, right? So now this path is complete, and the other side of the DPST you can connect to the positive terminal of A, and negative of ammeter is connected to the one terminal of the resistive load. The other terminal of the resistive load can be connected to the other end of the DPST. Now this loop is also completed, so your connection was over, right? Now the procedure, as per the procedure, what you have to do is you need to give the supply to the circuit, and you need to close the TPST switch, and then start the prime mover with the help of star delta starter, right? Once it is started, you can take the no load induced EMF here without closing the DPST. So that should be recorded in this table. Load current is 0, and what is the terminal voltage. So that 2 readings while this DPST is open, the current reading is 0. So at the 0 load current, what is the terminal voltage? And this is, you can calculate, right? And again, you close this DPST switch on the generator output side. You close this DPST switch and then increase the resistive load in a step-by-step manner. For each steps, for the every increasing of resistive load in a step-by-step manner, the current will increase. For every increasing of current, the voltage will vary. So now you need to record the line current and corresponding terminal voltage. So that should be continued by increasing the each and every step of resistive load, and this can be continued till this ammeter reaches the rated current. So or 125% of rated current can flow across this ammeter up to level, up to the particular step. You can increase the IL value and you can take the readings, and the remaining calculations are through calculations, right? And after this, so you have one more circuit diagram, that is nothing but to measure the armature resistance as well as the field resistance. So this circuit diagram, for the calculation purpose, you need the series field resistance as well as the armature resistance. So for that, you can go for the this circuit connections. So as usual, you need to connect the circuit connections, and then while doing the procedure, give the supply to this circuit diagram and close the DPST switch, and decrease the carbon rheostat resistance by adjusting this variable N. So now what will happen is, when the current flowing through this part is increasing, for every increasing of the current value, both are connected in series, and the voltage across the series field and voltage across the armature, both should be recorded in the table provided separately. So in this table you need to record what is the field voltage, what is the armature voltage, and what is the armature current. So everything should be recorded, and from that you can calculate your series field resistance and armature resistance, right? So hope with this you can complete your total experiment, and you can do the model calculations and you can write the conclusions, right? So hope you have any doubts, you can clarify in the regular class. So thanks for watching. Thank you.